creating things is significantly more difficult than most people think.
You'll go and join Rex and Poppy and Has anyone seen a Cade lately?
Have I seen a Cade?
Yeah. Oh.
Cade is running with content.
Is he involved in this too?
Oh well.
What's the movie? Like the Vandal, Budapest Hotel, last spot it was CZU. West End. It's the West End.
As you emerge from the portal, the harsh light of midday in Jastri gives way to the comforting perpetual twilight of Occasus, the city of Nectarum not far away.
Okay.
To everyone besides Poppy, Claven leads you back to the span he took to reach Jastri, stopping periodically to perch on a branch and call at you impatiently. The light of midday of Jastri gives way to the perpetual twilight of Tarkalsis, arriving not far from the city of Nectarum. You encounter a Poppy along the way.
Won't belong to the ride with I'm hurt.
Have we not encountered a cedar yet?
I'm sorry?
Have we not encountered a cedar yet?
A cedar was led through the same span as they were. You're not here.
I'm not here.
No,
I'm curious.
sorry.
I followed a raven because I do that.
That sounds alright for you.
Let's see, it's either shade.
As you make your way through Nectarum to the ancestral home of House von Markham, armed agents of the house are out in force in the roads surrounding it, but the citizens are more at ease than you've seen them in recent trips. Banners emblazoned with the heraldry of the noble houses line the main street leading to the castle, and over the doors an immense banner depicting a silver dragon and a red griffin entwined. As you approach, there are well-dressed people disembarking from carriages and numerous servants, both of House von Markham and of other houses. A few agents bearing the silver dragon and red griffin see you and approach. Lady Claudia.
Servant?
Always a pleasure to see you again.
You as well.
And I believe Marloff.
Correct, sir. Thank you for your welcome.
Poppy.
Got it.
You've been to House von Markham before?
I was an honor guard for Lady Claudia during the Barney.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
So I'm just here to have her back.
Given her position, we will accept that. Please.
Where is grandfather?
He is up in the East Tower.
He's in the East Tower? Okay. What were his instructions as far as myself and my companion?
He would like to speak with you.
Okay, then I will go to the East Tower to speak with my grandfather.
The rest of you are welcome to mingle. There are some consumables for those who do so.
Got any meat?
Yes. Right now you are nobles of Tarkalsis. Mingle. Yeah. Poppy is about the only person over there that you might have any respect for.
It better not be a mite that you will.
Yeah.
Look at all the poor people.
You know your way about the castle well, and it's not long before you reach the familiar ornate doors of the East Tower. The interior of the study was dimly lit, though you were still able to see well enough. The figure who turned to the door was well-dressed, older man with a cane. A more serious look upon his face melting away after seeing who stood in the doorway.
Grandfather.
My little Claudia.
I'm very pleased to hear. I'm glad to see you. But I'm pleased to know that we were able to help with routing the Sardians from halfway. It was a bloody battle. I'm certain that Vigor has relayed that to you.
Yes, Vigor and Cassius have told us of their experience there. I understand that you and your fellow Jastrians were of great assistance.
Yes, I think that we were. Yes, definitely. Although I have to admit being quite impressed with the Occasus forces that were there. The Sardians greatly underestimated us and Occasus, of course.
And how are things in Jastri and the Warrens?
Well, actually, the Warren was just recently destroyed by drunkards, no less. We just recently had to put down one of our fellow Jastrians, and I've contested his resurrection, and he seems accepting of his fate. He caused the deaths of many thousands. And I admit to being rather homesick and feeling as though I'm not quite as certain of my place anywhere as I once thought that I was.
Brian, he asked if we have monster cards. Can we count these monster cards for the nobles too? Or just say no and line up without me too?
No? Your nobles.
They're just like normal assholes.
Yeah.
Vampires and Nordic?
You're in a very crowded, very public place. I mean, let me know if you want to do anything, but... Well, you know you always have a place here, my little Claudia.
I know. I'm not certain how to approach this, grandfather, but even my place as a Baron's first second question. The battle at Trinsboro started that line of questioning. I had asked her to help us defeat the foe and to free our fellow spirit, and instead the field was decimated. He was killed. And I have to admit to recurring nightmares that had my goddaughter Bianca been on that field, had you been on that field. And I find myself not calling upon a Baron as much as I perhaps make of. That I myself am not strong enough to protect those that I care for. And after Vigor had told me that he had taken up the blood, I have been reconsidering my own path. I'm not certain if it is the right one. I may be making the biggest mistake of my life, but now I wonder if Mother and Father had been utterly wrong in sending me away. And I need to have strength to protect those I care for. Jastri, Marlow, other people. 2,000 people died today. The event in Halfway showed me that I hesitated. I didn't call upon a Baron to help there because I did not want to cause the destruction that had happened at Trinsboro. I want to join the family. And I wish to take it.
You are sure of this?
I am. The thought and the ideas and the reasoning always seem sound to me. If I'm afraid to use the power that my immortal has bestowed upon me, then that means that I do not trust her enough. And she cannot have a person who does that. I don't know if my actions will pass me from her sight or not, but I need to be able to protect others. I know vampires. I have no fear of vampires. It is not an unknown to me. I have not discussed this with Marlow. I do not know what his reaction will be. But this is what I feel this is what I must do to protect him and others. And as I say, I have been homesick. I want to be... I know I am a Baumgarten. I know that I am part of this family, but I want to be If that makes sense. It makes sense to me in my heart.
If you are sure of this,
I'm willing to give up everything to be able to have a surety. And I think this is my surety.
Right, I'm gonna kill one of your monsters too.
you know we'll have to speak to the other nobles, of course.
I understand that. And I do need to impart a bit of information from you. There is one within Jastri, the Urdak necromancer Varian. He has relayed to me that a Sardian relic has been discovered.
Nemera Desmarta?
Nemera Desmarta, that can cure vampirism.
The Silver Chalice.
Yes, I believe so. He did not tell me the name of it, but that must be it. And he wanted me to have this information because obviously such a discovery would be devastating to the nobility of Carlton.
Indeed.
So,
We should make the other nobles aware as well.
I think so.
Shall we go downstairs? Oh, thank you.
I left the nobles and started talking to the monster.
Do you have any like actual information for them? Or just kind of be we're intense. Oh, stupid. So who's helping who's I'm here to be used.
As you mingle with the guests and servants of the house, mingle with the guests, servants of the house come by to offer you hors d'oeuvres and drinks. You see several of the more prominent nobles head to another room along with Lady Claudia and Duke von Markham. Servants also escort Marloff and Poppy in the other room as well, closing the door behind them.
What the fuck? I'm supposed to be protecting her. I asked her if she's okay. Where are we going? You're gonna be fine? You sure? Okay.
No, either. No Rex either. Have some meat.
My house does, and that is why I have made this decision. What is it you need? I am going to take up the blood.
No! You can't.
Yes, I have to. I can't. I have become afraid of being in front of her. I can't call her might down as I once was able to. Because all I can think of is what happened at Trinsboro. Puffy died. What if Bianca had been on that field? What if grandfather? Now I have to worry about Vigor. I killed all those nobles who were our allies. Have you not wondered why I've never called down for power?
You've done so much.
And I will still be a devout follower of her, regardless. But I need to be able to be assured that I can help those I love. You, Jastri, other people. I need to work though, and I don't believe in Barnes first. But that's the way to do it. If she still wants me as her first, I will gladly continue to serve in her stead. But I have to do this. I have accepted the changes within you. Please understand my decision here. And yes, I understand that this is my conscious choice.
We're gonna be taking points. We are very delicate. Across the show.
I will still be you.
Good boy.
But I just feel that this is important, that I need to do this.
Why do you ask her of this?
Grandfather did not ask me to. I asked you this.
How is the goblin doing? You guys have goblins?
I have been thinking on it a long time, Marla. I haven't said anything to you because I knew you would talk me out of it, and I didn't want to cause strife between us. This is a decision that I have made, and I am bound. You know that I have never done anything that something like this on this scale, and that I always do it for the best reason. Follow my heart. This is what my heart is telling me.
You can't tell. It's not a human, but you don't have the babies that are still somehow alive. You break a stick in half, is there one stick? As soon as it's still running through half, I need to get an actual, like, baby dog. It's a half now, break it in half. Whoa. What a baby. How does it work? There's a mommy skeleton and a father skeleton. Oh, they fall. Look, good ball. Yeah.
Marla.
Good ball.
Marla, don't do that. We have been together these circles.
Yeah. I can't stand my friend. I can't stand my family. I can't stand myself. I can't stand myself. Half our time is spent bitch slapping each other. I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing.
If you are sure.
I'll find him again. He'll understand. He's just so really emotional right now about it. Maybe not talking to him about it was not the right move. I still feel it's the right one.
Very well. I'd like to thank the heads of the other noble houses for joining us. My granddaughter, Lady Claudia von Markham, recently of the Battle of Halfway, wishes to join the family of blood. I asked the other houses of the Baron Throne for their blessing on her transformation. There's some shocked murmuring from the crowd, but one by one the leaders of the houses of the Baron Throne rise to give their blessing to the transformation. The last to do so is Duke Sturskrat, who has been watching Lady Claudia ever since Duke von Markham announced her intentions, giving his blessing as well. Duke von Markham smiles softly, if not slightly sadly, as he takes Lady Claudia's hand and pulls her close. You are sure, my little Claudia. Do not worry. It will only hurt a moment, I promise. Everything goes dark. It's cold. Slowly you open your eyes. You feel like you've both overslept and not slept for days. Your grandfather helps you slowly to your feet. You feel like all life has been drained out of you, taking a ring from his hand and placing it on yours. Welcome to the family, my little Claudia.
Papa. That's his name now. You should just go. I'm David S. Punk.
I think Jen might have gone for a nap at some point. I'm not sure if she's still at the owner's cabin or she's at the den. But you know what we have to ask.
Yes.
If you want to go ask her, if you want me to come, or I can deal with them first and then come with you, or...
You want to deal with them first?
Okay.
Okay.
I've been praised by a great many from my...
We haven't killed them yet. We need brothers.
As you mingle with the gathered Tarkalsian nobles, you see several prominent nobles return from another room. Duke Sturscribe enters and speaks with his personal servant, Richard Straker. It takes some effort, but you manage to make your way across the room towards him.
I was wondering why. Now I know.
Sturscribe. Long may the Duke reign over us. I'm William Cedarbow.
Pleasure. I believe your name showed up in the reports from Halfway.
Did. I come bearing 2 pieces of information for you. One from Halfway and one from
So
elsewhere.
do a dance for me.
Perhaps not surrounded by these people.
Stop.
Sorry.
That's an effect.
No, you got
Gaze,
it.
stop. Duke Stursgrad. That's just on him right now.
Keep trying. Halfway has been cleared of the Sardians, but many of their fleet had already left. There were, again, chain-bound in yellow, who continue to use beyond.
Be carried off.
They seem to have left Halfway and gone to Jerash. I do not know all of the things that they wished to accomplish there, but I know at least one that they found. Silver chalice near this Marsa. I trust you know what it could do to their work.
I am aware of its alleged properties.
Considering what the other 2 artifacts could do, I don't believe they are alleged. They do not, however, possess the sword or the outlaw.
I'm not familiar with those.
Interesting effects. Sword seems to just radiate peace. Any who wield it and any near them can no longer find the will to fight. The hourglass is trickier. If you turn it, you seem to stop aging, but you're also not fully in sync with time. It causes odd effects. I give you this information in hopes that we may be able to work together.
And what would you work on, William Cedarbow?
I wish to see Turkles. I wish to see the Sardians taken away. I am a native son of Junction.
We share common interests.
When you share knowledge, or you possess knowledge, I would like to
There are many words, William Cedarbow.
It will take such efforts to push back the Sardians for good.
I trust you're aware of what you ask.
I am aware of what happens to those who ask. Sorry, there's a baby here.
Let's see. Try to say one sentence.
And you ask this favor of me. As a native son of Tarkalsis, I trust you are aware of crustaceans. Crustacean is the term for vampiric nobles trading favors amongst each other.
Trading favors.
You ask a very large favor. I may one day ask one of you.
That's what you expect. Time is to say is something new.
Then you are quite aware. Once Tarkalsis is free, we will speak again.
Goodbye.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright. You haven't talked to Jen about this at all, have you?
That's what I thought that tone read.
Yep.
Players are free to return to Jastery.
Dana did that thing really well.